One of the most asked questions I get is, how do I build vocabulary? Well, there's a lot of ways to build vocabulary, like active listening, transcribing, building your own licks. I'm going to attack every angle over time. Here is that playlist in its current form. But to truly be able to play anything you want, you must have a strong foundation of stringing ideas together and translating what you hear or what is in your head onto your instrument, being able to flow around the drums with a purpose. This video is going to hyper-focus on how to do this with paradiddles. We're going to start small with ways that we can move the whole family of paradiddles around the drums. Then we'll build longer, more interesting phrases. And one more thing before we get started, I'm assuming that you already have a good grasp on how to play paradiddles. And if you don't, that's okay. You can develop them with this video. But if you want the process of playing fast paradiddles to go more quickly, then check out this video I made all about how to develop your paradiddles in the most efficient way. So for this concept, we're going to be focusing on the single paradiddle, the para-diddle-diddle, and the para-para-diddle, otherwise known as the double paradiddle. So if you don't already know, the single paradiddle is right, left, right, or left, left, and those two things flow together beautifully. The para-diddle-diddle is right, left, left. These are 6 notes, so we could play them as 16th notes, or we could play them as 6 slits and fit them into one beat. And then the para-para-diddle, or the double paradiddle, is right, left, right, or left, right, left. These are also 6 notes, so you can treat them the same way as para-diddle-diddles, and they can alternate between each other just like single paradiddles. Before we start moving them around the drums, let's add some vertical musicality, otherwise known as dynamics. We're using our accents as the macro rhythm, otherwise known as the overall rhythmic idea, kind of like a rhythmic melody, which makes what we play sound good and make sense rather than just blasting through a bunch of notes. So let's build these up with accents from slow to fast first, and then we'll move to the drums. To the drums. So for paradiddle-diddles, we kind of have 2 good choices. One is putting an accent on the first note of the paradiddle-diddle, similar to the paradiddles. The other is putting an accent on the first 2 notes of the paradiddle-diddle. To the drums. So for the double paradiddles, we're going to do 2 types of accents as well. One is the first accent of each para-paradiddle. The other is accenting each hand for the singles part or the para-para part. To the drums. All right, now that we have some short bursts of ideas, let's put some phrases together. Paradiddle-diddle, paradiddle-diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle, paradiddle-diddle, paradiddle-diddle, that beat. So once this is under your hands and you're playing with your ears instead of your eyes, to the drums. All right, next one is paradiddle, paradiddle, para-para-diddle, para-para-diddle, paradiddle-diddle, paradiddle-diddle, that beat. To the drums. All right, next one is paradiddle, paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle, paradiddle, diddle, paradiddle, 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 that beat. To the drums. So the possibilities with this are kind of endless. This is just kind of getting you into how we can use paradiddles to string together ideas. So you can take any of these things and use them yourself, or play around with this. Maybe think of a macro rhythm or a skeleton rhythm and see how you can fill that in with paradiddles, and then how you can move that around the drum set. Just have fun with it and come up with cool ideas. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give me a like, leave a comment. Check out the description for a link to my website for private lessons. There's also a link to the free PDF of what we just did today. There's a link to my Instagram where you can check out my life as a professional drummer. And there's a link to my music, available on all platforms. Alright, see ya!